it's certainly an indication that she's not going anywhere and that she feels like she got some votes when she ran against Trump in the primary. She has a constituency and she's trying to position herself as viable. It's a long time to work, the next couple of years. But, the first 8 months of this administration may be successful in accomplishing some of the president-elect's stated goals. But after that, parties fall apart a little bit. Majorities are hard to sustain. And so she's positioning herself as somebody who looks viable very early on.
So DNI's intelligence, and this is the former governor of the Carolinas, quote, DNI is not a place for a Russian, Iranian, Syrian, Chinese sympathizer. When they get in front of the Senate or the House or just they're working in the machinery, Wendy Schiller of your Washington, how's that going to play with the middle of the road America?
Well, I think the calculation that Republican senators have to make is which of these nominees and their issues, and we know we have sexual assault allegations, we have child sex trafficking, drug use, we have sympathizing with Iran and Russia, we have a whole list of things. Which will catch fire? Which will actually resonate in their voting constituents' communities? Which will voters care about? Right now, voters sent a signal saying fix inflation, fix our cost of living, and make sure that we have a future in terms of economic growth. That's what they've said. Will they care about this now? Probably not. Could they care about it later if these people get confirmed? Possibly.
Professor Schiller here, give us a sense of how you think this Republican Senate is going to view some of these nominations here, particularly some of the ones that have been flagged as maybe troublesome, such as Mr. Gates and Ms. Gabbard.
Well, we're obviously seeing some attempts by the administration-elect to get Gates through. It's typical to have nominees meet with senators. I'm just looking, for Lisa Murkowski, Susan Collins, particularly for Hegseth and Gates. What happens? Do they vote for them? And if there are cracks in the coalition and they get through, will those cracks grow as each nominee is voted on? So which of the most problematic nominees do you put first? That's going to be John Thune's problem, right? And his challenge. Which one does he get through first? If the most problematic one gets through first, then you don't have a lot of big problems. But, I'm going to be looking at those two senators and senators who are thinking of running for re-election in 2026. And because Kamala Harris lost, there seems to be some impression that the female vote isn't going to respond to these kinds of things. No, women are like everybody else. They prioritize what they worry about. In this case, it was budgets, it was schooling, it was all sorts of things that hit close to home. But behavior still might matter. And so this is the calculation that Republican senators have to make, particularly on some of these nominations. Tulsi Gabbard, Nikki Haley was former ambassador to the UN. She does know the international community. And I think if she's raising alarms, then I think some Republican senators may be listening.